Well, good morning, all you beautiful love streamers out there on Facebook, YouTube, and Zoom. We want to welcome you to the Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte. I am your host, Horace, and if this is your first time, we want you to know that we are so delighted that you have taken opportunity and time to have chosen us to just be a part of us today. Because here's what we want you to know, that with modern technology, we are extremely grateful for this opportunity to touch you and so many other lives, especially as we share the wonderful happenings that are occurring here at CSL Charlotte. We want you to know too that this month we are highlighting the indigenous people, and actually um, the Indian people, and also the veterans. And so Veterans Day is coming up pretty soon. And so we want to say to all the veterans that we definitely honor and appreciate you and thank you for your service. So please feel free to visit our website, cslcharlotte.org, put in a prayer request, and subscribe. We add our recordings to our website each and every week. So who are these really abnormal people who love living above the norm? They call themselves the Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte? Well, let me tell you, because that includes me. The
Okay.
Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte is a new
You
thought
got the
community
difference between the two of you, huh?
living an ancient wisdom philosophy based on the science of mind. The science of mind philosophy was developed in the early 20th century by writer and lecturer Ernest Holmes. Dr. Holmes was a man on a mission. He studied truths from all of the world's religious traditions and spiritual paths. Holmes developed a fresh new way for us to look at ourselves and how we fit into this world that we're living in. He's been referred to as the great synthesizer. So here at CSO Charlotte, we want you to know that every philosophy is honored along with every race, sexual orientation, and physical distinction. We are a diverse, open, and affirmative community. And there are many paths to the divine. We may call it God, peace, love, spirit, infinite mind, or the I am presence. It doesn't really matter what you call it. What is most important right now is that you recognize that this is your power that resonates within you. You do not have to leave your philosophy or nature of knowledge. You could join us at any time because we recognize and refer to many of the Holy Scriptures, such as the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, the Upanishads, and the Bhagavad Gita. And that is just to name only a few. So our vision here at CSO Charlotte is to continue a spiritual community that creates and prepares a succession of future leaders who can fully integrate, teach, and expose the science of mind principles, methods, and practices that do what? Strengthen the mind, body, and spirit of each and every individual. So one of our aims is to create a high collective consciousness for everyone in this community. And we give you the tools to do just that. So come and join us and meet with us every Tuesday evening. And so why would you want to do that? Because every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time now, since the time went back, we gather together in a safe container. We want you to realize that we're in a safe container where we're able to really come together and explore more of what you're going to hear about today. And I'll tell you more about that in a second. Be able to go deep and actually look at and combine practices that's going to go along more with what you're going to hear about with our theme for today. So, welcome everyone and enjoy our services as we celebrate this powerful being which lives within each of us. So, now before I pass the mic over to our illustrious leader, now I'm going to tell you, before Reverend Rosedale come up, I want to leave you with this thought. Today's theme is insights for Enlightenment. Insights for Enlightenment. And let me leave you with this quote by Thich Nhat Hanh. Enlightenment is when a wave realizes it is the ocean. I want to say that again. Enlightenment is when a wave realizes it is the ocean. And with that thought, I'm going to turn it over to our illustrious spiritual leader, Reverend Rosedale.
Yeah, Horace, you had to go there. When a wave realizes it's an ocean, OMG. Ha! Thank you, Horace. That's our fabulous MC. So, welcome to all of you people out there in the world that are watching us on YouTube right at this very moment. This is Sunday. This is November something, but you'll know what date it is when you watch us, okay? So, it doesn't really matter. It's all recorded. So, if you're a YouTube listener or whatever, chat in the comments with us and just let us know, or come subscribe to our channel and you can see us every single week. And just welcome, because this is the Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte. It is the Mind, Body, Spirit Center. But I want to tell you, every single month, it seems, there is a fabulous group somewhere that we would like to acknowledge, because we are a diverse community. So this month, we're talking about and acknowledging the celebration of the Native Americans and the tribes that they have been before anyone came to this country. And see, their contributions and their cultures as Native American tribes, and or as they say now, indigenous people in the United States, have been so powerful, because those people are the ones that are deeply rooted and deeply spiritually connected to our earth and to the land, and they are known to care for our land. And I admire them for it, and I definitely always like to talk about it when they have their month of celebration. And here in South Carolina, I've been watching their celebrations, and I'm just loving it. So just saying, we're just looking at everybody, anybody that's out there in the world. We are a diverse community. So today, our intention or attention is now on insights for enlightenment. So why not get started listening to your insights? Insights mean what you hear, see, and feel inside, right? But they teach you to be enlightened. So that's the whole big thing. So we start our celebrations out with an affirmative prayer, and not a beseeching or begging or making bargaining with some deity that's somewhere in the sky. This is to ourselves. And this is how we set the tone at an affirmative prayer. So we are starting it right now with our fabulous spiritual practitioner. She's an emeritus spiritual practitioner. No. Maureen Thurston Moe. And she is going to bring it to us. So listen to Moe's prayer, and you'll hear if she listens to her insights for enlightenment, right? And she's practicing on many levels to gain those insights for enlightenment. So listen to her. So if you want to practice to just put in a prayer request, and you can figure out, how do I practice? Just go to our website, put in a prayer request. If you're on YouTube right now, put one in. Mo will send it to me and her and you, and we'll all pray on it together. So get a prayer and start listening to your insights for enlightenment, and read it every day. And with that, know that you have to make a choice. And the choice is to choose to put in that prayer request. Okay, Mo? So let it rip.
All right. Thank you, Reverend Rosedale. So I know that as we step into this beautiful Sunday morning, that each and every one of us are filled with the light and the love of pure spirit. For there is no place within our lives, individually and collectively, where spirit is not present. I know that this service is blessed, that each and every one of us glean from this time together and from Reverend Rosedale's message what is ours to hear. I know that it will fuel us and feed us throughout the upcoming week. I know that this service is smoothly and easily accomplished and runs like a fine Swiss clock. So as I let this prayer go, I know that each and every one of us are blessed behind any kind of measure. And as we go in through this service and in through the rest of our day, that we are filled with the light and the love of pure spirit, and it is done with ease and with grace, with love and with laughter. And I invite you to lock this in with me by simply affirming, and so it is.
And so it is. So, Mo, I trust that this community and this whole platform runs like a fine Swiss clock. Couldn't have said it better. Thank you. So, next on our platform is our reader, Jariba Trailer, aka to me, JT. So, in yoga, I witnessed JT listening to her insights for enlightenment every Thursday. So, weekly, you can witness us all on Tuesday nights listening for our enlightenments. So just attend our consciousness meeting and you'll see for yourself. But now, after JT's reading, listen to the song I Am. Now, notice how listening to what I am and what you put behind those words when you say I am, right? They have words behind them that speak to us, that spark our insights for enlightenment. So notice what you say behind I am, and then listen to JT's reading, and you know a lot more about enlightenment. And with that being said, JT, make it do what it do.
Thank you, Reverend Rosedale. All right, so today's reading is an excerpt from the article titled What Does Enlightenment Mean by Swami Chityananda Saraswati. In the Eastern traditions, it's an accepted fact that enlightenment is not only attainable for everyone, it's inevitable. It's been described by the great masters, past and present, as well as many Eastern texts. These descriptions help us eliminate misunderstandings and provide guidance. They can also help us gauge our own level of spiritual progress. Jivan Mukta is the Sanskrit word for a person who is established in the state of enlightenment. It means one who is liberated while still living in a body. Other commonly used terms for such a person are a man or woman of wisdom, a self realized being, or an enlightened being. The state of this person is what we wish to achieve spiritually. The Jivan Mukta embodies the qualities described in many authoritative Eastern scriptures. The Bhagavad Gita and the Yoga Vashista give us the following list: absence of fear, anger, worry, suffering, and jealousy, freedom from desires, lust, pride, or malice, mental strength and equilibrium, self confidence, self control, and self mastery, understanding and wisdom, even mindedness and praise and blame, seeing the good, the divine in others, and contentment in all stages of life. All these qualities and more have been promised to us and experienced by many, not just one or a few of these qualities, but all of them simultaneously and forever. This is the meaning of enlightenment. It has many other names, such as self realization, God realization, liberation, and final illumination, as well as the Sanskrit terms nirvana, moksha, and mukti. At first glance, the qualities listed above seem impossible to experience even for a brief time, much less constantly. Yet we know that actual people, not just superhumans, have been known to embody these characteristics. When you read the biographies of these sages and saints, you discover that they often come from very humble beginnings. The state of enlightenment is often described as that of perfect peace, eternal joy, and unconditional love. The phrase found in many religious and philosophical texts is the peace that passes understanding, which is an excellent description. Most of us have experienced this state in some small measure. It's a moment when otherwise overworked and busy minds are at perfect peace. And there's an overwhelming feeling that everything is good and right, just as it is. For most people, that experience is rare. But for the spiritual aspirant, it happens frequently and eventually it never leaves. A life of perfect peace, filled with the experience of joy in all circumstances, has been promised to us by all the great teachers. When I began, I said that spiritual enlightenment is attainable by anyone who wants it. The key word in that statement is want. Desire is the most important ingredient to success on any path, especially a spiritual path. But it's helpful to consider a familiar example, such as what does it take to be an Olympic gold medal winner or a concert pianist? Elite athletes and master musicians know they must stay focused on their goal, wanting it above all else. The same is true on the spiritual path. If you want enlightenment more than anything else in the world, then you will achieve it. There are many steps to take to reach enlightenment. We begin with a sense from within that there is a purpose to our lives. We find dissatisfaction, even sorrow, in what is commonly called a full and happy life. We begin to question the purpose of our life and look for answers. Along the way, we get a glimpse of the answer, a fleeting experience of the peace, joy, or love mentioned earlier. Our faith in that condition grows. We commit to a path and we follow it to the end. You're on that path right now, whether you realize it or not. Enlightenment is already in your future. As you continue your meditation practice, affirm this for yourself. Believe in the inevitability of your success, and then practice with patience and perseverance. And so it is.
Wow. Let's take a short centering, just about 2 minutes or so, and relax your eyes, your mind, and your vision, and all of that just for 2 minutes or less. And as you do, to really help you along, breathe in really deeply. And then when you exhale, let all your muscles just float away from the skeleton. Now, at the risk of sounding cliche, I'm going to say this. Think on this. The things you welcome in your life reflect exactly who and what you are. That's why I love the song I Am, because I can choose to be who I want to be with words that go after I am in that song. What did I say to you earlier? Whatever you say behind I am is who and what you are. So listen to this. Now that I know what I am and who I am, I welcome magic, wonder, brilliance, and grace because that is what I know myself to be. See, by saying and seeing and hearing these things, these words to us become affirmations. And see, whatever we put behind I am is what we and who we are. So the more we say and sing her words or whatever words, or if we even hear the words, the better we are at place where we can welcome magic, wonder, significance, and whatever we choose to be, and grace, no less. So the song, just recognize this before I start to talk. The song is just an example of our insights insights for enlightenment. Now, have you been hearing, just give you a little taste of what I'm about to say. Have you been hearing things that cause fear, scarcity, and trauma in you since you've gotten the election results? How have your insights been? Now, those of you who have affirmations that are kind of scary and doom and gloom, stick with me for a second here. And remember this, and I'm going to ask you this question. Would you rather listen to the insights and listen to the wonder and the brilliance and grace that can come from out of you? Because remember, life happens from the inside out. So if you've practiced long enough, you're already on the path. You heard JT's reading. You're already on the path for insights, for enlightenment. Now, as you know, you're at choice. You can say, oh, yeah, I want these insights for enlightenment, but you have to choose to do it for spiritual practice. But you don't have to, it's your choice. But if you choose to listen to your own insights and become enlightened by your honest and truthful, positive insights, then you can welcome the magic, the wonder, the grace, the opportunities, and the love within yourself. So wiggle your fingers and your toes and really integrate your mind, body, and spirit. And as you float your eyes open or come back to the attention of this community, think about it. Look around your space and tell yourself this is new and different just because you stepped out of your space to come back and to see. And while you are doing that moment, I'm going to give a gratitude moment to our fabulous team. And that is Horace, thank you so much for that. You and your quotes, I'm telling you, I love them. And then also, Mo, thank you for praying for us so powerfully to open and set this tone. And also, thank you, JT, for reading what enlightenment means. See, it speaks volumes to the talk, insights for enlightenment. So let me take a deep breath because there's a lot I gotta say. See, we have spiritual practices like, mental imagery, or people call it mindful imagery, or they say visioning, or they say keen hearing, or whatever. But whatever it is, it's where our insights truly come from. Now, they can come from the fearful ones, and we can start saying, well, you know what? This person is going to hurt me, and this is going to happen to me. Well, bye bye, because that is your fame, that is what you're choosing, and that is what you're not wanting to listen to anything else. But here's the thing, it's all about creating a keen mind training program. It's a mind training, and that's how we learn how to get those real insights that really advance us. So insights, they all surface. They surface inside of us so that they can enlighten us on this path that we are. And see, how we embody our values and our beliefs is through these insights, but they are so meaningful to us, whether we on the love side or the fear side. If you're fearful and you think the life is going to just pass you by, then okay. But if you're on the love side, love has a lot of meanings to it, and fear has a lot of meaning to it. So don't take it any one way. Love is love, no matter how you have it. So today, as many people I know, and I'm listening to, I've had so many people I had to work with this week, I let people reflect with me over the past recent election. And some people feel sadness, some people feel grief, some people are totally angry at first. But one of the things I show people how to remember this week is that those insights that are in you, they are arising to deepen your enlightenment, not to deepen your fear, but to give us a tighter grip on who we are, and then to give a better grip on our values. You got to get a group on your values before you start fearing any man or any woman. Each of us choose to respond to those insights that we get inside of us. And I say, respond from the love side. You see, insights for enlightenment also means that if what's happening in your external world, who's the president, who's the mayor, who's the this, if it shakes your peace, let it be a signal that you need to switch from hearing that other stuff and start listening to the peace. So when you understand that no election, and why it is that no election, no external event, no power is powerful than what's inside of you, you will let go of the grease or grief. You let go of the grief. Right? So when you practice long enough, you'll get insights as to why nothing and no one has the power over your inner peace. Nothing and no one has the power over your inner peace. See, I'm one of those sages who I know who I am now. It took me years to figure it out. But I know that I am a spiritual being having a human experience, and I'm very well aware of it. And guess what? I'm in control of this spirit in here. So what's outside today, what they have up there in the Oval Office it may be destructive, but it can do me no harm. Now, if you say it may be destructive and now this is going to happen to you and that's going to happen to you, bye-bye. Can you believe that for you, no harm can come to you? We may feel that we're losing something, but let's be clear. We cannot lose ourselves unless we let go. One person's enlightenment doesn't just stop with them. Alan's enlightenment doesn't stop with him. It influences me because he and I are together. And it enriches the two of us. So we have to help each other in our thinking. We can't let one fall down because they're feeling bad about something that can totally not do anything right for you. Here, guys, nobody died. We're still here. No one has taken our power. No one has taken our purpose from our life, and no one can. Do you believe that? Now, if you're sad and you're giving up, that means that if you're sad about all of this and you can't let go of that sadness and that grief, you're giving up your power. Now, one consciousness meeting, and you'll see that there's a big difference in what's really happening because in our consciousness meetings, we provide a really deep and powerful space for us to all get into our inner selves and check our state of mind. People think it's just, oh, just come here. I don't know what the desirability treatment is. I don't know what this is. Listen, check out your own mind. That's what you're there for. The meetings are, I really take a lot of time to design them to uncover the values that we have in ourselves. And then we can see what our values are, no matter what we decided to do. And then both individually, one by one, and then collectively, guess what happens? Our meetings start to make things happen for us individually and collectively. And so we raise our consciousness and we strengthen our bonds between each other. And that's what makes me tick. I love it because you can't do anything wrong when you're dealing with your own spirit and you're being honest and authentic about it. So this is where each person expresses in the consciousness meeting. They express their unique, authentic self without any of the societal judgments. So all of that stuff that's going up in there, those people cannot do anything. Their judgment can't harm you. So that's why we establish personal and collective growth within our community. So that's just a little bit to tell you that how these insights can be helped if you need more in our consciousness meeting. But that is just the one of many insights for me that I have taken as an invitation to restore myself this week since the election. Yeah, I was shocked and dismayed at first, but I had to fix my response to that because if I didn't, whoa, I don't think I would have made it another day. About an hour or two, I'm good now. What about you? Have you decided that you know what you're going to do with the insights of fear that you may hear? Everybody hears the fear inside of them. Everybody hears the love inside them. So what you want to do? Are you going to do the fight, flight, or freeze in response to your spiritual practices? Or will you set your mind free? That's your decision to make, to hear the insights for enlightenment on the love side, the positive side. Listen to this quote. When I dare to be powerful, to use my strength for the service of my vision, then it becomes less and less important whether I am afraid. Doesn't care whether I'm afraid because I've decided that I'm going to do what I got to do. Yes, fear is going to be there. You know, I used to always say, oh my goodness, when they come to me to fight me, you know, if somebody was going to fight me as a police officer, I said, well, you know what? You're going to fight. You're going to have fear, but you better do it anyway. Whether it doesn't matter whether I'm afraid or not. It all becomes less and less important to me. You might be afraid of what you think a man or woman could do up there, but you better think that that's less and less important when it comes to how I view me. So this speaks to the courage that we need on each path. That one quote, I said, bam! When I read that thing, I said, that speaks volumes to me, because what it is it helps us, because we need to know that, because this path, it gets our inner strength more and more power. We can get better grip on our values and our decisions and the things we want to make. But we have to trust only in the peaceful insights we hear, not the fearful insights we hear. We're going to hear them all, because that's what it is. We got both. We got left and right. We got good and bad. Yes, we got good and bad. Face it, we got them both, right? We got male and female energies in us. We got them all. When we work from the inside out, the fear that might hold us back starts to lose its power over us. When you start to really realize that I'm not listening to that now. I have this to do. I got too much to do. Everything in our external world right now changes. Anything outside there changes because of the way I'm looking at it, because of the way I'm responding to it. If I respond to it all with grief and all with sadness and sorrow, I will never come out of that. I got to get a grip on who I am. So from JT's reading, there are a lot of misunderstandings of what enlightenment means. I guess you can see that. So she told us. But let me tell you this. In Eastern countries, which I love and admire and have always admired them, and I was a child and I always loved Egypt and all of them and the way they did things. I've never understood traditional religion here in this country. So I must have really been born in somewhere else in my mindset. But in Eastern cultures is where the heart of me is. What it is they have an accepted fact that enlightenment, listen to me clearly, enlightenment is not only attainable for everybody, it's inevitable. It's inevitable. It's inevitable because it's our enlightenment that illuminates those misunderstandings that everybody's under over this thing. Oh, they make it seem so big. With these insights for enlightenment, there's no question who you are. So much for misunderstandings, huh? When I decided to take on a new journey, every new journey I've taken, okay, first I was doing this back, a PAA back there many, many years. Then I became a police officer. Then I went to law school. Then I became all of these different journeys that I got on. Now I'm all about healing and keeping myself healed, helping other people heal. So it's all new journeys. But depending on how challenging each of these journeys looked to me before I started, it might have taken me a minute, but I must admit, I had to convince me that I can do these things. See, those are insights for enlightenment, convincing me. So for me, the moment I heard the news, I had to stop and think. Ruby called me the other day, and so I said, okay, I did not want to hear the election results, and she called me and we had a little talk, but she made a point to me that woke me all the way up. After our conversation, I calmed my feelings, I engaged in my spiritual practices, and I pulled myself up. Since that day, I have never looked back. I have so much to do in my own life, my own spiritual healing, my own science that I love researching. I can't focus on all of that if my mind, body, and spirit is hooked in something that can't harm me at all. But I can create all these harms in my mind if I'm on the fear side. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to tie my energy up into the president and because I cannot keep evolving by worrying about what they're doing up there and over there and these different places. I have too much to live for. What about you? I don't know about you, but I need my energy to evolve my income. I just let my income has to grow every year. It just has to. because that's what I work for, because I enjoy it. It's a challenge to see, oh, I wonder if I can get more here. You know, not only my income, I do like my income because you know why? It's like oxygen. You need money to breathe. Okay, first of all, you need it to live, excuse me, but you need oxygen to breathe. Okay, but you know what? My overall health, I got to focus on that and my knowledge. And I guess my entire quality of life, all of this stuff is too important to me to let one little simple thing that's only going to last 4 years take me down. I can't waste my energy on something I can't control because my growth potential is at risk. And I know that we are here to grow. We're not here to be stagnant. And if you can't grow, bye bye. And you don't want to do that. So here's what I said about that quote, how it hit me that day I read it. When I use my strength and my vision, and it starts to, and things start to matter less and less to me whether you're going to hurt me or not, you know? Because I'm saying, hey, if we're going to fight, I might as well fight with you because it doesn't matter whether I'm scared or not. But if but if you hit me, you gonna know I've been there. I just had that thought from childhood. Yeah, well, you might beat my butt, but you gonna know I've been there. You see, so therefore the fear has less and less, right, Alan? It has less and less power over me. I start thinking, yeah, maybe you will win. But guess what? That's okay. Just these things that I tell myself and make myself laugh over days while I'm cleaning my house or doing whatever I do, I have successfully evolved my consciousness and I gain more insights for enlightenment. I've enlightened my own self. You know, see, some people, this is sad too. Some people think that enlightenment is nice, but it's only for a fortunate few. And it's too hard for them to achieve it. Some people say, well, it's hard, Rosedale. I know what you're saying. It's hard. Okay, you can say that. But think about it and be honest with yourself. Does that sound familiar to you? That you've said, oh, that's good for him or her, but it's a lot of work. Of course it's work. So if you think that way, it's definitely unachievable if you're a person with that mindset. Okay? Remember, when you are centered in your vision, and this is how I feel, long enough, you get insights for enlightenment. And you can make them so powerful, you can change your whole section of your life because next week you're going to be in another one and another one and another one. So as you adopt your power and you channel it towards a powerful desire, the impact of fear diminishes. You got to understand, yes, we all have fear, but the impact, you got to make it diminish. See, insights for enlightenment are far and they really are. They're far and few between because a lot of people keep going, but I can't because it's hard. But it's for us to use so we can trust that we can get past anything in our life. We can get past, P-A-S-T, anything in our life. So before I started any new journey, I set my expectations and I open up to the insights that I'm hearing, especially when I first wake up in the morning. I'm hearing things, just downloading, just going, blah, blah, blah. Some of the things I'll probably forget during the day, but I know if it's for me, I'm going to hear it again. What about you? Are you trusting that much in your insights? I challenge you to practice opening to the insights for enlightenment that you hear come through you while you're driving your car, while you're doing your workout in the gym, while you're whatever. I sit out there this day three times this week on my bike, my stationary bike, and I'm there, just getting that cardio up, But through spiritual practices, I challenge everybody here to open up through your spiritual practices and begin to let yourself see. Because true self awareness and true self actualization comes from within. You got to. Your life is from the inside out, not from the outside in. There's no way that they can build your inside up. And you have to become deeply connected with you through spiritual practice. And it's easy. It's easier than you think. It's not, you say it's not easy because you don't want to put in the practice. And that's okay. But we won't be on the same level with that. See, the truth is, we are spiritual beings having human experiences. And if you can't believe that, just think about it. But then if you can't think about it, then know this. All you need is a commitment to spiritual practice and a willingness. You got to be willing to repeat insights to yourself. And see, in other words, you got to repeat these affirmations. And you have to repeat them enough to relax you. And that's what I need to do. I constantly have to relax me. So as you know, at the same time that I'm doing this, I'm a lover of music. That's all I do. Music motivates me 24/7. If things are not going right in here or in here, I throw on some music and then I'm moved one way or the other. And I don't say, let me just play this. I just play it. And then I begin to feel. So now these songs now, I just want to get to the point before we close this out. I got to tell you. These songs, what they do is they inspire affirmations, or they either invoke you to repeat them to yourself. So now you're repeating. When you repeat affirmations, you begin to believe them. So you got to watch the things you're repeating in the songs you're listening to now. I love songs. I'm a very romantic person. But I'll tell you this here. I also love spiritual songs because I'm a very spiritual person. See, I know who I am. And I know what I'm all about. So when you start doing those things and you start repeating these things over and over to yourself, the more you repeat them to yourself, the more wisdom you draw from your ancestors, your mystics, and the people and of all the past ages. Let me just say this one more time. We are brought here through ancestors. Don't get it twisted that you think, oh, well, you know what? They are all glad we are here, because they came here so that we could be here. And so what I do know, a lot of times when I'm driving, my mom is sitting right there laughing at the things I'm thinking, because the ridiculous thoughts that come to me and make me laugh with myself, I start thinking about her, because she would say, stop being silly, Dale. You know, stuff like that. So I know that it's all good. Just remember, when you keep repeating this stuff, those insights are really coming from the ancestors, the mystics, and all those people from all those past ages that we have no idea, we may not have ever met, but their spirit still lives on. So the mind is the power of us, and we have whatever we want. So, since the mind has the power over us, why are you getting so twisted instead of listening to your own insights for enlightenment? What I practice is now fully been realized inside of me, and I now know I have always been that same I am that God is. That energy of God is. So remember, whatever you say behind the words I am, because this song that's coming, I had to let you know that, is who and what you are. So this song powerfully represents, Alan and I love this guy, but it powerfully represents the true essence that urges us to listen to our insights for enlightenment. Listen to the song, I Am. Live in me. Oh my God. He said, I live in you, you live in me, from the very soul. I am all of that, from the rocks to the trees and the stars and the constellations, because I'm a child of the universe. Now, for believing that, what do you think happens in my world when I get shaken up? And I get shaken up. Everybody does. But it's just how you respond to the shake. I love love that song, man. He's awesome. So you heard him sing, look deep inside you, trust the force that guides you. It knows the way. Trust the process. And now he asked himself, do you know my name? He said, I am. You got to listen to these songs. And these songs, they get me. Alan says, this girl is crazy. But every time I'm always singing to Alan. He's like, okay, okay. Oh, yes, indeed. Thank you. That's my right hand man there. That's Alan Lilly. And so, with that all being said, guys, I think this is the time we talk about the birthdays, right? We said all the wonderful things. Let me tell you something else. When I always think of ancestors, I think of our birthday. It's the day we came to be. And I honor each and every one of people's birthdays that I'm in love with, everybody that I love. If I know it's your birthday, you're going to know I know, because that's the day you came to be. So now I'm going to tell you, my birthday is next Thursday, the Thursday after next, the 21st. And you know I'm going to celebrate my birthday for the month of November all the way to January, because that's the day I came to be. But here's the deal. You know your birthday out there in YouTube land. I don't. But if you would like to let us celebrate your birthday in spirit, just jot down your month and your day and honor yourself. Because a lot of people say, well, I don't need to be said happy birthday to. I didn't tell you it's my birthday. I tell you because I'm excited to be here. And I'm excited that I came that day. Okay, so why don't you honor your day and let that be done? Now, that's all I will say. Chat down your month and your day. You don't need your year because we don't need to know how young you are. All right. So with that being said, guys, I got to give a big shout out to our team with all the gratitude that I can even think of. But I have this laugh going on that Alan and I secretly did with Timmy P, because we had the what's going on with Carmen Sandiego. I wish we could have put that thing on the share the screen, because we was thinking about that the whole time Timmy P was out there on the world for the last 2 months, just scoring everything. But anyway, you were doing all that exploring, Timmy P. We were laughing at you. I wonder where in the world is Carmen Sandiego. So just wanted to bring that out to him, because he does so much for this community, and I just love the man. He's fabulous for that. So thank you to Horace the Bush for being our MC. You the other man I love in here, and just keeps things running for us like a well-oiled machine. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And also Mo, our emeritus spiritual practitioner, she hits us off all the time. She came to me many years ago when we very first started, when I first founded this place, and said, and we were already known each other for years prior to that anyway, I will make sure that everybody gets the prayers. Boom, that was that. And she's been here ever since. So thank you, Mo, for that opening and closing prayer today. And then to our spiritual harmony steward, Groovy G, Jerry Campbell. She's the person that keeps everything nicely, quietly back there with her computer. It seemed to be her computer's running pretty good today, but I was a little concerned, but not much, because, everybody else backs her up. So it's all good. So then we had Timmy P to come along and do a little backup where he needed to be. Timmy P, I'm telling you, the man takes care of stuff. And Groovy G keeps things clean, so she's a clean up woman, right? So it's all good. So thank you, Melissa, for spotlighting us today, because she's always here to do it. She's quietly doing it, but she's back there she's no longer from San Diego, California. She is now in Tennessee. So, she's getting close to the community here. No, but she's been close to me for years, so it's all good. Since I've lived in California. So it's all good, Melissa. Thank you for spotlighting for us, and thank you for always being here to greet everybody. And so Alan, you also did the...
Yeah, a reader, JT.
That's right. But you also did the announcements. And also, I was going to get to JT because I got something to say about her. But anyway, JT is the other person who's the mind, body, spirit person with me, because people think that yoga is bad because if they're traditional or whatever, they think it's a bad thing or they're changing somebody's mind or whatever they call it, brainwashing. No, that is my mind, body, spirit sister. And she put it in that reading. She really set that thing off. So I thank you so much, JT, for that reading that you did, what enlightenment means. Because now we understand it's not special people out there in the world. It's us. And we know it's inevitable to be that. So thank you, everybody. And one more thing. Thank you for being there chomping at the bits, waiting for the emails to come in to send them out to people. Good. So now I got us all. So that being said, before our last song, consider this. We've talked about insights for enlightenment. So just keep it in mind during this week, because now, well, let's put it this way. When our heart get broken, and it's all of us, for a little while, it just keeps returning to us, oh, well, I could have done this, I could have done that. But throughout the week, when you start saying, oh, I can't believe it, this person is in the office and this is going to happen, slow it down, slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. And start to ask yourself, what is it so much that I need to fear from anyone? Really, really, really. I survived the man 4 years before. I can do it again. So those are some of the insights you might want to remember this week, because insights for enlightenment aligns us with our perfect transformations, and our growth potential is through the roof. So let it happen. Okay, just let it happen. So before we close out, if you want something new to do this week, start listening to your insights for enlightenment. Okay? And when you listen to your insights for enlightenment, acknowledge your power within. Because no matter what you see going on around you I don't watch the news, but on the news, listen, I don't want to know nothing about that. Stay open and listen to your own insights. If you're going to watch the news and if it's going to bother you, stop. Stop watching it, because you can't, you're going to keep repeating that stuff over and over and over that you hear in your mind. So before Mo prays us out, think about this, especially as you're getting on for the week. Insights for enlightenment starts with bringing us to our highest love. And our highest love is self-love. I told you, it is too important for me to live to worry about what somebody else is doing on the outside of me. So this week, think about it. We got to gain our insights. We got to seek this higher love. So listen to this idea about the higher love. And one way to bring it into your life is by calling it in, like this song does. So bring it. Alan, bring that higher love song on. That's right. Call it, y'all. Bring me a high love. And I got all the versions of that song. So it depends on what I'm doing that week that I want to hear it. And I don't know, the fabulous guys, I don't know their names, but I mean, I like that song too. I like the versions of all the different stuff. So now it's time to let us be prayed out so we can get on with this day where we're going to be listening now and paying attention to the insights for enlightenment. So Mo, please come on and pray us out.
Thank you, Reverend Rosedale, for your wonderful message this morning. I know that I will be carrying it forward into the week as it upholds and lifts me and supports me throughout every day. So as we close out this service here today, I know that each and every one of us are blessed beyond any type of measure, that within us there is that heart space, that we envelop not only our family and friends, but the community around us as we go through this amazing week as it unfolds. I know that things flow smoothly and easily for all of us, that we are able to accomplish all that we want to do. So as I release this and let this go, I know that this service has been blessed, that each and every one of us have gotten from this amazing service what was ours to hear. So, with a heart filled with light and love and appreciation for this amazing community, I release and I let go, and I call this service done and blessed and food for the soul. And so it is.
And so it is. Oh, food for the soul, for sure. So, that all being said, guys, let's just wrap it up now. So, while we wrap up our time together, notice this week as you're gaining insights for enlightenment. And I always look over there, guys. I know you're wondering, what is she looking at? Those are my trees out there. And that is where I go in the morning at 4 a.m. I'm standing there and we're all talking and we're communicating. And then the birds start chiming in and all kinds of stuff are happening, but it's really lifting my spirit up. So find a place this week to get yourself to gain some place where you can get some insights for enlightenment, where you can feel better about whatever is on your heart. So remember, you do need some good practices to gain insights for enlightenment. And if you don't have any in your pocket, call one of us or talk to me. I got tons of them because that's the way I survive. It's like breathing, it's like oxygen to me. So remember, the universe is constantly supporting you on your journey and on your path. But until we meet again, start gaining insights for enlightenment. And so it is.